The park was full of green trees and bright flowers. Birds sang their happy songs. People walked and children played. On a quiet bench, under a big, shady tree, sat a young woman. She had a book in her lap, but she was not reading. She was watching the clouds drift across the blue sky. Her thoughts were like the clouds, soft and slow. A young man walked into the park. He often came here to think and enjoy the fresh air. He saw the young woman on the bench. He had seen her before, a few times. She always seemed calm and gentle. He felt a little shy, but today he decided to be brave. He walked towards her bench. "May I sit here?" he asked, his voice soft. She looked up, a little surprised. She saw his kind eyes and smiled a small, sweet smile. "Yes, of course," she said. He sat down, leaving a polite space between them. For a while, they both sat in comfortable silence. The only sounds were the birds, the distant laughter of children, and the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. "It's a lovely day," he said, finally. "Yes, it is," she replied. "The weather is perfect." They talked a little more, about simple things, the park, the weather, the beauty of the flowers. Their words were not many, but there was a feeling of ease between them. He liked her quiet voice. She liked his gentle manner. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, she said, "I should go now." "Oh," he said, a little disappointed. "Will you be here tomorrow?" She thought for a moment. "I think so. I like this park." "Me too," he said, smiling. "Perhaps I will see you then." "Perhaps," she said, and with another small smile, she stood up and walked away. He watched her go, a warm feeling in his heart. The next day, he came to the park a little earlier. He hoped she would be there. He found the same bench, but it was empty. He sat down and waited, trying to read his own book, but his eyes kept looking up, searching. After a while, he saw her. She was walking towards a bench, a soft smile on her face when she saw him. "Hello again," she said. "Hello," he replied, feeling happy. "I saved you a spot." She laughed, a light, pretty sound. "Thank you." They talked more that day. He learned that she loved to draw and paint. She learned that he enjoyed writing stories. They found they both loved old movies and long walks. They talked about their favorite colors and their favorite foods. It was easy to talk to each other. It felt like they had known each other for a long time. Days turned into weeks. They met in the park almost every day. Sometimes they would just sit and talk. Other times, they would walk together, pointing out interesting things they saw, a funny-looking dog, a brightly colored butterfly, a child flying a kite high in the sky. One day, it started to rain while they were in the park. It was a sudden shower. They laughed and ran to shelter under a large tree with thick leaves. They stood close together, the rain drumming on the leaves above them. "I like the rain," she said, looking out at the falling drops. "Me too," he said, looking at her. The raindrops on her hair looked like tiny diamonds. He felt a strong urge to tell her how pretty she looked, but he was too shy. When the rain stopped, a beautiful rainbow appeared in the sky. They both looked at it, amazed. "It's so beautiful," she whispered. "Yes," he said, his gaze shifting from the rainbow to her face. "It is." Their friendship grew stronger with each passing day. They started meeting outside the park, too. They went to a small, cozy coffee shop and shared warm drinks on a chilly afternoon. He told her about the stories he was writing, and she listened with great interest, her eyes sparkling. She showed him some of her drawings, beautiful sketches of nature and people. He was amazed by her talent. "These are wonderful," he told her, genuinely impressed. "You are very gifted." She blushed a little. "Thank you. That means a lot to me." One evening, they went to see an old movie at a small cinema. It was a love story, a classic one. As they watched the couple on the screen find happiness together, he glanced at her. In the dim light of the cinema, her face was soft and thoughtful. He felt his heart beat a little faster. He wanted to reach out and take her hand, but he wasn't sure if he should. After the movie, they walked slowly under the starry sky. The air was cool and quiet. "That was a nice movie," she said. "Yes," he agreed. "It made me think." "About what?" she asked. He hesitated. about, about how important it is to find someone special. She looked at him, her expression gentle. I think so too. A comfortable silence fell between them again, but this silence was different. It was filled with unspoken feelings, a growing awareness of something more than friendship. One Saturday, he invited her to visit a nearby botanical garden. It was a place filled with exotic plants and beautiful flowers from all over the world. They walked along winding paths, admiring the vibrant colors and fragrant scents. They came to a quiet pond filled with lily pads and graceful swans. They sat on a bench overlooking the water. He had been thinking a lot about her, about how much he enjoyed her company, about how his days felt brighter when she was around. He knew his feelings for her were deep and true. He was nervous, but he knew he had to tell her. He took a deep breath. "There's something I want to tell you," he began, his voice a little shaky. She turned to him, her eyes full of gentle curiosity. "What is it?" He looked into her eyes, those kind, understanding eyes that he had come to adore. "These past few months, spending time with you, it's been the happiest time of my life. You are kind and funny and talented, and you see the world in such a beautiful way. I care about you very much." Her cheeks turned a soft pink. She looked down at her hands, then back up at him, a shy smile playing on her lips. "I feel the same way," she said softly. "Being with you makes me very happy. You're thoughtful, and you always know how to make me smile. I care about you a lot, too." His heart soared. He reached out and gently took her hand. Her hand was soft and warm in his. It felt right. "I was hoping you'd say that," he said, his voice filled with relief and joy. He paused, gathering his courage for the most important words. I love you." Her eyes widened slightly, then softened with a warmth that melted his heart. A beautiful smile spread across her face. "Oh," she whispered, her voice full of emotion. "I love you too." He leaned in, and she leaned towards him. Their lips met in a soft, sweet kiss. It was a kiss full of tenderness, a promise of shared dreams and happy tomorrows. The swans glided by on the pond. The flowers bloomed around them, and in that moment, the world felt perfect. They sat there for a long time, holding hands, talking about their feelings, and making plans for the future. They would continue to share walks in the park, visits to coffee shops, and watch old movies. But now, everything would be different. Everything would be brighter, filled with the special magic of love. They walked out of the botanical garden hand in hand, their hearts light and full of joy. The future stretched before them, a path they would walk together, side by side. They knew there would be challenges, as there are in every life, but they also knew that with their love for each other, they could face anything. Their love story was simple, born in a quiet park, nurtured by shared moments and gentle understanding. It was a love built on kindness, respect, and a deep, true affection. And as they walked into the sunset, their hands clasped tightly, they both knew that these 3 words, "I love you," were just the beginning of their beautiful journey together.